Know all of your names. Thanks for coming today.
Well, here we are in the Women's Convention and the movement. Your mother could very well be the next president. Your thoughts and why should folks vote for your mom?
Oh gosh, well, lots of questions. On a personal note, I'm so excited to be here in Seneca Falls. I've always wanted to come here. I've always wanted to see the Women's Hall of Fame. I remember reading the Declaration of Sentiments in school and just being in awe of Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Frederick Douglass and sort of the fierce women's rights leaders, and now to stand and sit kind of where they worked on that document and made our first real national articulation that women deserve equal rights and equal opportunities to men is incredibly moving to me. And yes, I'm so proud that my mom is running, and I'm so grateful, particularly now as a mom myself. I couldn't imagine a better grandmother or president for my children than my mom. I'm not voting for her because she's a woman. I think she's the most qualified person running for president I've ever had the opportunity to do. And yet, I think it is important that we have a woman running, and I certainly hope my mom breaks that highest, hardest glass ceiling. And I'm really excited to cast my first vote as a mom in the presidential election for my mom here in New York tomorrow.
For people who might be on the fence right now, knowing that we have just about 24 hours at this point, in a few sentences, what would you say to them on her behalf?
Well, I would say a few things. I think when you look at who has a real record of being able to deliver progress, to be able to make change, my mom really stands out. When you think about healthcare, she's the one who created the Children's Health Insurance Program that now insures more than 8 million low-income children, including more than 100,000 here in New York. More than 1 million young New Yorkers have been part of the Children's Health Insurance Program since its inception just under 20 years ago. She's the one who's made real progress on early childhood education, on reforming the VA system to include our National Guardsmen and women who serve our country overseas. So I hope that people will look at what someone has done as a good indication of what they will or won't be able to do. And I think my mom just has a much stronger record of being able to get things done and make progress. I also hope it'll matter to voters here in New York that my mom's the only candidate who tells you how she's going to pay for everything. I hope that matters because I think if someone knows how they're going to pay for something, they have a better chance of being able to get it done. And she's the only candidate, Democrat or Republican, who doesn't raise middle class or working class taxes to be able to make the changes that she wants to make. And I hope that'll matter to voters here in New York as well.
I wanted to ask you about one of the issues that really came up in the last debate, and that's these Wall Street speech transcripts. Where do you stand on that, and can you defend your mom's position where she stands right now?
Well, my mom's talked a lot about this, so I think that voters have heard directly from her on this question, as on so many questions. As you mentioned, the debate, I hope everyone got to see the debate last Thursday night. I think that the contrasts were really clear, whether talking about specific issues that I hear matter a lot to New Yorkers, like gun control, or just having kind of a broader governing philosophy about being really focused on making and delivering change and not letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. So I think that question's been answered over and over again by my mom, and I hope that voters don't have to rely on me. I hope they'll go directly to what was discussed in the debate or all the other times that she's been asked about and answered these questions.
Why not release it?
So I just want to make sure everyone can ask one question at least.
No disrespect to Chappaqua, but now that you've been in Seneca Falls and your mother's been here 6 times by my count, after she becomes president, will you urge her to build her presidential library here in Seneca Falls?
Oh my gosh. Well, knock on lots of wood. I don't take anything for granted, sir. I mean, we're going to work as hard as we can between now, and I've lost all track of time, so I'm not even sure what time it is, but now and when the polls close tomorrow at 9 p.m. here in New York, and then in all the states that come after New York, to help my mom become the nominee and then elect her in November so she can take office in January 2017. I have never even heard her talk about the presidential library because I just think we're so far from that. But I will put in your plug and tell her that you asked a question and that you'd like to be considered.
All right, we have time for one last one. Did
someone who didn't get to ask a question want to ask a question?
All right, well, we do have
absence. Can I just ask how you guys keep up the pace? I mean, you're quite pregnant. How do you keep up the pace?
Well, as you may have seen, I sit when I can. I definitely hear my doctor's voice in my head telling me to not stand for too long. And I really am grateful that thankfully I feel good in this pregnancy. I've had so many friends for whom that hasn't been their reality. So I just think I've been really lucky to so far be healthy and to have a lot of energy, and I drink lots of water. It's probably the great secret. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We gotta get back.
Thank you guys for heading out.
Take care.